Welcome to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast, where life always comes before work. We're your hosts, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. We're a real family that figured out how to make our entire living online. And now, we help other families do the same. Are you ready to flip your life? All right, let's get started.
Good morning, Flip Lifestyle Universe. Shane Sams here from fliplifestyle.com and the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. And you will have to excuse my appearance. I've had a bit of a rough morning, and I have not shaved or combed my hair or anything that I'm supposed to do to get ready in the morning. I had all of the good intentions at heart this morning. I wanted to do, that miracle type morning. I wanted to get up and make my coffee and, do my journal and write down my goals and my intentions for the day and all those things. But life had other plans for me. So last night we had a basketball practice really, really late for Isaac. So I had to drive like 35, 40 minutes to another town to take Isaac to practice. They've got an upcoming tournament and he had to be there. And the practice went really, really long. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I think I left that place at like 9:45. Got home at about 10:15, 10:30. Still had to feed Isaac. Still had to get him showered up. Still had to do all those things. Like we didn't even get in bed last night until 11 o'clock. Okay. And right before bed, Anna Jo was telling us that her leg was hurting. And she had a massive blister. Let me gross you out this morning if you're eating breakfast. She had this massive blister. And as an old school football coach, I recognize this is a boil. This might be staph. Like she's gotten a mosquito bite. It's gotten infected, and this is terrible. So we had to stay up another 15, 20 minutes getting this thing cleaned up and bandaged up last night. So I'm literally not even putting my head on the pillow to go to sleep until midnight because that's real life. That's parent life, man. That's just what happens. Sometimes you get home and your kid's got a cut or your kid falls and your kid gets sick and your kid pukes on you or whatever. Just real life. So, of course, this morning, I totally, in all this chaos last night, forgot to set my alarm. Didn't set my alarm. So woke up a little late. Isaac had to get out the door to science camp. And then before I could get started, everything's chaos as soon as we wake up. And I'm like, man, we got to look at Anna Jo's leg. So we get Anna Jo out and we lay her down and she looks at, I look at this thing and I'm like, this is terrible. This is nasty. We got to clean this out. So we wipe it with alcohol. She's screaming because it hurts. It starts leaking. So we have to lance this nasty boil. It took an hour basically this morning just to get her cleaned out, cleaned up, bandaged up and ready to go. Okay. And, everything finally got to normal. It was about, 9 o'clock, about 15 minutes ago when Anna Jo left. She had to go over a friend's house and all sorts of stuff. So Jocelyn took her there. And, I know, it was gross. It was just totally gross. But it's parent life. That's what you do. If your kid's hurt or your kid's sick, you take care of them. And everything else has to fall to the wayside sometimes. But what really made me think of the miracle morning and all that stuff today was just this glossy image that so many entrepreneurs, online business gurus, and people like that put out there, and they never talk about real life. They never talk about the bad things. And a lot of the people that are giving people like us, people like me, people like Jocelyn, people like you advice, they either don't have kids and they don't understand what it's like to actually be a parent, okay, or they live in some imaginary fantasy world where they have, 3 nannies and all these people helping them, or one person is only working and one person is always staying at home and taking care of the kids, and that's all they do, period. So they never have to worry about it. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this guy was saying when he got home from events, he didn't speak to his family for 3 days. He didn't speak to his wife, didn't speak to anybody for 3 days so he could meditate on what was going on and heal from the cleansing of the event. And I'm like, that's stupid. You can't go home and not talk to your wife or your husband for 3 days. You can't not take care of your kids unless you're living in a fantasy world and a reality that I don't want to live in. And it frustrated me because people were like, oh, I wake up every day, and if I don't do this from 6 to 7, then I know my next 12 hours will not be the most successful 12 hours of all time. And if I don't do this one morning routine or this one reflection or this one meditation, and I started thinking about this morning, and I'm like, those people don't take their kids to practice. They don't do it. Those people don't, when their kid pukes, they pawn it off on somebody else. They don't lance their kids boil at 8 a.m. before they get to work. And, the great skill of an entrepreneur and the great skill of someone who's looking for true work-life balance is not a magic meditation routine. It's not your day being totally structured and working perfectly all the time. That's not what makes you a great family person, a great spouse, a great parent, or a great business entrepreneur. That's not what does that. What really makes you great is the ability to transition successfully, okay? I did not get to do what I was going to get to do, or I wanted to do this morning. I wanted to do one thing, but real life showed up, okay? Real responsibilities. It's my responsibility to check my email. I need to check my email every day to make sure my team is on point, to make sure that they don't need anything from me, to make sure that I don't have a business deal I'm missing, to make sure I'm serving the people in the Flip Your Life community. Like, I need to do those things. Those are real responsibilities. But the real capital R responsibility is my little girl's leg was hurting, right? My son needs to learn how to be, a good team player and a good athlete and work hard for what he wants, even sometimes when you've got to stay up a little late to do it, okay? Sure, we were tired at 7, 9 o'clock, but we still had to go to practice. Sure, we didn't want to go to bed at 12, but Anna Joe's leg was hurting, okay? I wanted to get up today and hit the ground running and make great strides for our business so that the people in our community who need our help are going to get that help. But something else came up, and that's just the way life is. But now, as that storm has passed, the clouds have moved over, we have to transition back into what we were going to do. So many people, especially when you're just starting out in your online journey, so many people get really caught up and frustrated when something goes wrong in their schedule. Well, Shane and Jocelyn, you just don't understand. I had this hour blocked out to record this podcast. I was going to write that blog post. I was working on that sales funnel, but my kid got sick. Or I was working on that web page and it crashed and I lost everything, okay? I had this scheduled to do this on this call, but the internet went out and I couldn't talk to them. And they stop and they just stay stuck in the mess instead of dealing with it and transitioning to the next thing, okay? So me and Jocelyn and I have a huge schedule today. We've got to write emails for a new sales funnel we're creating. We've got to record 10 videos, okay? We've got to, Jocelyn recorded those podcast segments yesterday. So we got to do 10 videos, and then we've got to get those to our editor. So we got to upload all those videos so that he can edit those. And then we've got like 3 other things that we've got to do for the business today to serve our community. We've got to get in the forums, answer emails from our people. I've got like 47 emails waiting on me right now from people that I've reached out to in our audience. So I got to sit down and answer about 30, 40 emails. I do those with videos usually. And then tonight we've got a bunch of people coming over to hang out and swim and have a cookout, which is stressful. That's not like, oh, you got a cookout. No, we got to go get the food. We've got to cook. It stresses Jocelyn out to do those things. So we have this huge day planned, and it got totally derailed from the moment we woke up. We got a crying person. We're running behind. I'm looking for gloves so I don't have to touch pus from the boil, right? Like all these things are going down. And Jocelyn's trying to get like ready and get out of the house, but like to get everybody where they need to go before we can start work. And she's having to hold Anna's hand because it hurts so bad. I mean, it was just a horrific scene in our bedroom a little while ago. But it doesn't matter. Now is the time of transition. We have to step back, take a breath, and transition to the next thing. And that's what you've got to do, especially when things are so chaotic when you're first starting and building and growing your online business. Like you have all those things on top of you got to go to your 9 to 5, right? You may have a spouse that's not totally on board with what you're doing and not supportive, and they're not going to help you transition. You've got the kid's going one way, you're going the other. You're not getting any free time. You're not getting any self-care time because life is real and we keep it real, y'all. That's why I'm doing a Facebook Live without shaving, no shower, haven't even combed my hair yet. Okay? So it's okay to put priorities ahead of your business. It's okay to put the first things first. If your kid needs you, go to them. If your spouse needs you, help them. If you have to go to work, fine. Okay? If you got to stay up late, that's okay. If you sleep in a little bit, don't beat yourself up. But transition quickly. That's the routine you really want to work on. Not some pie in the sky, single entrepreneur living in Thailand. I get up every day and do 30 minutes of yoga on my paddleboard in the ocean. And then I meditate for 5 minutes on the meaning of life. And then I drink my, simple green smoothie shake with whatever. That's not what matters. What you need is like a three-minute routine to take a breath, close your eyes, and erase what just happened and transition into the next thing. That's what's going to make you succeed. Transition successfully over and over and over throughout the day. Transition. Don't worry about the miracle morning. Don't worry about your schedule being perfect. Don't worry about everything falling in place and the stars aligning and the universe aligning. React and deal with what's in front of you. React with what you believe is the priority. And your family's always the priority, then your business, right? But then immediately transition. Like what I usually do for a transition now is I will go get something to drink, whether it's not that kind of drink. Go get like a coffee or a water or something like that and just take like a drink of water or something. And then I'll go for a little quick, like 2-minute walk, just something really fast, like to erase my brain what happened. I have an elliptical in my garage. And sometimes what I do lately is I'll go, okay, something crazy just happened and totally derailed my day. I'll go get on that thing and I'll walk on it. I'll do it for 40 seconds. For the last 20, I'll go as fast as I can to where I'm going so fast I can't think of anything else. And then I'll take another little 30 seconds, step off, get a drink of water. Okay, I'm transitioned now. Sometimes you might not even be able to do that. It might just close your eyes and put your fingers in your ear and take like 10 deep breaths, right? But you've got to come up with a simple transitioning technique that you can use that's good for you and will help you erase what just happened so you can move on to the next thing. So it's not your miracle morning. It's not Gary Vee stuff, working 80 hours a day. It's not all these things going perfect. And another thing that really irks me is when people are like, my time is so much more valuable than everyone else's time that nobody will derail me from my time. And my calendar, whatever, like you're not paying attention to the important things. Like sometimes things derail you. It is going to happen, right? Everything is not going to work out like you want it to. But if you can transition and move forward successfully, you're going to be able to do the next thing. Oh, I didn't get that hour I planned to record my video. Do you have 10 minutes? Okay, left. Transition for 2 and record something for 8. Okay, at least you got something done. All right. So transition. That's what I want to tell you guys today is, I'm transitioning right now. I needed to vent to you guys. And one of the ways that I transition is by talking. And I needed to talk it out, y'all, because it was crazy. This was the last 12 hours was nuts. And it did not prepare me for a day of focused work. But I'm going to talk it out. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to go jump on that elliptical for about 2 minutes and just run as fast as I can. And then I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to write an email. You're going to get an email from me in a few minutes. And then I'm going to write 2 more emails for a sales funnel. And then I'm going to transition. I'm going to take a shower, do something to clear my mind. And then me and Jocelyn are going to record like 10 videos today. And we're not going to let what happened this morning derail what happens this afternoon. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great, great day. I hope that your morning started a little bit better than ours did. And I hope that you focus on your transitions during the day and how you move from one thing to another, because that's where the success is. It's not in the grind of 80 hours a week. It's not in perfect, everything going right mornings, like some people say. It's not even always about perfect little 30 minutes of quiet and tea and reflecting in the evening. It's about successful transitions, refocusing, and then getting the job done. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day. If you'd like some help with your online business, we'd love to have you in our community. fliplifestyle.com/flipyourlife. Always be selling, baby. And I'm going to go and transition right now. See you later. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks again for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you still need more help with any of the topics that we discussed today, or maybe you have a question about something that we went over, we have all the training and support you need inside of the Flip Your Life community. With over 50 training courses on dozens of online business topics, active community forums, and live member calls with me and Jocelyn every single month, the Flip Your Life community is your opportunity to get the help and support you need to make your online dreams a reality. And the best part is you can get started today for free. That's right. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free, and you can get full unlimited access to everything we offer inside of the Flip Your Life community at no cost for 30 days. Your first month is absolutely free. If you sign up today, you can get unlimited access to all of the courses inside of our training area, unlimited access to all of our community discussion forums, and you'll get to attend our next 2 live member calls with me and Jocelyn, where you can ask questions about your online business. And it's all free for the first month. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free and start your free month today. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE, flippedlifestyle.com/free. We can't wait to see you inside. Until then, get out there, take action, do whatever it takes to flip your life.